This is Jared for Into Boxing. Delighted to be joined by Beccy Ferguson. First and foremost, Beccy, how are we?
Hey, how's it going? I'm okay, thank you. Are you?
I'm good, thank you. I want to talk to you about your upcoming fight. You're on the show at King's Hall in Stoke, the Black Atom Promotion show in partnership with GTM Partners. How excited are you to get back out in Stoke?
I am major excited. I'm usually one for fighting away from home. So when the home shows come up, it's like a big thing for me, that all my friends and family can come and support me and stuff, which they do. So yeah, I'm keen to get out there and show Stoke what I'm about. So it's good.
I was going to say, I spoke to a few fighters on the card, and they've said the King's Hall is a brilliant venue in Stoke. How much do you want to see boxing come to King's Hall and you be on them shows?
I think it's very important for Stoke to get that back. It's not been here for a little while, I don't feel. I mean, we've been at Fenton Manor a few times, and that's all right. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, King's Hall's supposed to have a completely different atmosphere. I've not had the pleasure of boxing there yet. Obviously, in a couple of weeks, I will be able to say that I have. But yeah, it's one of those iconic places, I think. So it's good to be back at King's Hall.
I was going to say, you're coming now into this next fight off the back of a victory over Hannah Bagley. How important is it for you to be coming off such? Well, that's a big victory, and how important is it for you to be carrying momentum into your next fight?
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing that obviously through, I don't know if you know much about my background. I don't really have much experience prior to when I turned pro. I'm not making excuses. You know, I'm training six days a week, twice a day sometimes. But yeah, to win now for me is where I want to be going. I don't want to I don't mind going on the road and sort of taking those, but obviously to win on the road, it's pretty tough sometimes. But yeah, I just want to win. So whoever it is in my way, they're just in my way now. So yeah, it's important for me to get this next win, definitely.
I was going to say, yeah, touching on what you just said there, like, you know, you haven't got much of a background with the boxing, where it's all come from. How did you get into boxing?
Like on a quick one, it was an ex-partner of mine that I was actually taking up to Scott's. We broke up and I sort of continued. Well, I rang Scott and was like, can I come and train at your gym? And he was like, yeah, that's cool. You know, I didn't have a lot there. He's pretty much, him and Jason Crompton have set me right up for the fighter that I am now. You know, I've improved an awful lot, but yeah, I was literally driving from Shrewsbury every day, twice a day, driving up to Stoke, and it just made sense for us to move up here. So I got me and my two kids and moved up. So yeah.
I was going to say, I was talking to Crimmy, who was on the show earlier. He's still based in Shrewsbury. He was travelling up. He said he prefers himself, like, coming from Shrewsbury to Stoke, as it's like, you know, because the motivation. Living in Stoke and living in Shrewsbury, coming to the gym. Do you find there's any difference now when you're training pattern? Like, obviously, you could probably train a bit more, obviously, with the gym being nearby. Is there any big differences you notice?
I mean, for me personally, I find it a lot more less stressful for me. As a single mum, I've got my two little children, so it's a lot easier for me to be doing it in Stoke. And obviously, they can come to the gym with me. It's very good at the gym that, you know, the kids will sit there whilst I'm training. My mum does help out a lot, but obviously there's times when she can't. So it's a lot easier for me to be living in Stoke, and I'm literally 10 minutes away from the gym, so I can be there all the time. I do a lot of voluntary work in the gym, PTs and stuff. So I mean, yeah, Stoke's my home now, so I'm happy with that.
So brilliant. Like, I want to talk to you as well about where women's boxing is now. Obviously, over the last few years, it has just soared to new levels. Obviously, you got the likes of Katie Taylor, you got the big fight with Savannah Marshall, Claressa Shields coming up.
Yeah.
Can I just get a word on that? Were you training for boxing before this big boom period, or did you see this all coming along and you thought, I want to be amongst that as well?
To be honest, no, I don't think it was kind of booming when I mean, I know obviously women have been in the boxing game for a long time, but obviously it's now coming to light a lot more, with all the big women's fights that are coming up. But I mean, I'd say I've been training probably like properly for the last couple of years. So I mean, it's I feel like now is a good time to be in women's boxing. So like I feel like I've kind of had my career's in the right place at the minute, because there is opportunities and chances for women now, that possibly weren't there a few years ago. But I'm just glad to see that women's boxing is up there, and it shouldn't just be like, women's boxing. We should just be classed as boxing. It's not women's and it's not men's, it's just boxing. But yeah, women are kicking ass, so may it continue.
Can't argue with that at all. Like I said, any show you watch now, 9 times out of 10 is a female fight. Obviously, September the 10th was meant to be an all-female card, topped by Claressa Shields and Savannah Marshall. Obviously, it's been moved now to October the 15th. So it's just, it is amazing to see how it's come on leaps and bounds. Like, that's what I say for my part. But how do you view it? Like, as you're amongst that now, like, just how special is it to be a part of this evolution, really, of the sport?
It's very important, and I think it's nice, not that I inspire people, but I think from my background and sort of my past and things, it's not been crystal clear and shiny. I've had bad things, in my life, and this is kind of gave me a new life. Like, boxing is, I always say it, I've said it in many interviews, but it saved me from a lot of things, and I feel like I owe my life to it. So I'll be boxing for until I physically can't do it anymore. So but yeah, it's just a great time for women, and I'm very happy to be one of the women out there that is, a professional boxer in those in the rankings and stuff. It's a very proud thing for me to be. So
that's fantastic. So I want to go back then to your fight then. Obviously, October 1st, Kings Hall. What can we expect from Beccy Ferguson that night?
I've got a lot to prove to myself. Like I say, coming back off that win away from home, obviously that was a really good one, and the other win on my record was away from home on another big show, against another good girl. So I know I've got it in there. Like, I know I've got it in the tank. I think people underestimate me an awful lot, or like, again, from no amateur career or anything like that. Yes, I'm not like them, but that makes me different and makes me interesting as well, because I think you'll be surprised with how much I improve the more that I do. And obviously I'm learning on the job. But yeah, you can expect a full-blown massive performance from me, because yeah, it's just about time now that I think I've got that belief in myself. I think having those couple of wins has also made me more confident in myself, which is a big thing in boxing. You've got to believe in yourself, and no matter the others have believed in me. I didn't really believe in myself too much, but I do now. So yeah, I'm excited to let my hands go. I can't wait. October 1st.
As you say, it's a big show, and it's a lot. I've spoken to a few fighters who are on the show. Seems to be a big sentiment. A lot are coming from the Impact Gym.
Yeah.
Since this show's been announced, what has it been like in the gym? Is it absolutely buzzing, ready with excitement for the show?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, all our team, like, we're quite a close-knit family, I'd say. So we do spend a lot of time together. I mean, I spend probably more time with people in the gym than I do my own family. In fact, that's not probably, I do. But yeah, I think Impact's been buzzing for quite a while, and obviously with all this stuff happening now, and it's new and exciting for us as well, and being back at Kings Hall, it's just a lot of positivity. Everybody's ready. I mean, the lads that I'm training with at Impact, they are so ready. I mean, we're all just buzzing and ready to go. So I think it's just literally the countdown now. It's just waiting, and yeah, it's like Christmas, but worse.
That's brilliant. Like I said, we all look forward to seeing this big show, obviously in Kings Hall. I think if I'm right in saying, it's been streamed on Into Boxing and Boxing Social. So it's going to bring all sorts of eyes to the sport with the live stream. We look forward to seeing how everyone gets on. And I just want to wish you the best of luck on October the 1st.
Thank you very much. I'll hopefully speak to you afterwards when I've got that big W next to my name again.
Absolutely. We'll have to catch up after the fight. It's
Brilliant.
been a pleasure speaking to you, Beccy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.